Hello everyone, welcome to attend our class. Today we are going to study section 6.3, Constitution of butt welds. Butt welds have high strength and good mechanical properties and are widely used in practical projects. In this lesson, we will study types of butt welds in section 6.3.1 and requirement of butt welds in section 6.3.2. In order to ensure form penetration, the welding edges often need to be made into groove so that the welding rod can move conveniently to make the welding process easier. Slope edge and root clearance C together form a welding space where the welding rod can move conveniently so that the welding seam can be easily welded through. The vertical edge P is able to hold the melted metal so that the melted metal will not leak out. When the thickness of the welding piece is less than 10 mm, the groove is not needed. When the thickness of the welding piece is less than 20 mm but larger than 10 mm, unilateral V or V-shaped groove with ramp can be used. For welding thickness bigger than 20 mm, U, K, and X grooves are usually used. And the splice joints with butt welds, when the plates to be welded are different in width or their thickness differs more than 4 mm, a transition slope is needed on one side or both sides of the width or thickness. When the plate thickness is different, the weld groove shall be prepared based on the thinner parts. Code for design of steel structures in China stipulates that the slope degree shall not be greater than 1 to 2.5. When the fatigue calculation is required, the slope degree shall not be greater than 1 to 4. When the thickness difference of plate is no more than 4 mm, the slope is not required, and the weld shall be polished smoothly, and this time the calculated thickness of the weld is equal to the thickness of the thinner plate. Arc pits and other defects often occur at the two ends of the butt welds, which may cause cracks and reduce the bearing capacity of the butt weld connection. In order to eliminate the influence of welding joint, the beginning and end point of butt weld can be extended to end tabs. After welding, the excess part of the end tabs can be cut off and the butt weld be polished smoothly along the force direction. For welds bearing the direct dynamic load, end tabs must be used for welding. For structures and static load, the end tabs can be abandoned when it is difficult to set the end tabs. End tabs must be used if the butt welds are required to provide equal strength. It is very important to determine the calculated length of butt weld during the engineering design. Code for design of steel structure in China stipulates that when end tabs are used, the calculated length of weld LW is equal to its geometric length. For the structure and the static load, it is allowed to give up end tabs in butt welds, and the calculated weld length LW is equal to the actual length minus twice of the thickness of the thin plate in order to consider the geometric imperfections of the butt welds and two ends. That is all for this lesson. See you next time.